principal to welcome us here officially in this capacity as our host. Karibu principal. Chairman and the other officials of the Alumni Association, members, we also have my colleague teachers here. Good afternoon. Well, let me take this opportunity to welcome you all to Gagra Secondary for your second AGM. Personally, as a teacher here, and also as the principal, I'm very happy that you found it fit to start this Alumni Association. In many schools, this kind of body helped in ensuring that the school grew or grow both in academic matters and infrastructure. I'm very happy that since you began, your impact has been felt in this school. Because after the first alumni meeting, you were able to be represented in a talk to the Form 4 candidates of 2023 who are preparing to do their exams. That time, our current chief of Central Yomo represented the alumni in talking to the Form 4 candidates of 2023. And they were really motivated. Then this year, the priest, must be Priest Kennedy, came and represented you in talking to the candidates of this year. The candidates were equally motivated, and I believe from the talks that we heard from the priest, these students should be able to make an improvement over the performance of 2023. So, because academics is normally the key to everything that goes on in the school, I'm very happy that you normally prompt me to do something that is academic oriented, and that has worked. The consultations that you have been getting from you have really gone a long way in ensuring that we are on the right track as concerns academic programs. The school has not been doing very well as it's supposed to be, judging from its age. But I believe that with your contribution as alumni, you are like a pressure to us also as teachers. And teachers who are seated here representing the others will pass this information to the other staff when we open, that you want results, so that those who are coming after you should be able to be well placed in society the way you are. Because I know wherever you are, whether you are working in the formal sector or you are working in the informal sector, you are playing a good role, having been mentored by this school. So you wouldn't wish to see this school going down academically. I'm happy that you're moving in the right direction. Because even as we speak, you are contributing, you are very started contributing something towards infrastructural development. And a long journey begins with only one step. So I believe that whatever you are doing, in a few years' time, we will be able to look back and say that this body is really moving somewhere. And with your operation, with your input, I believe that this school will go far. Gagra Alumni Association may be one of the very few associations of that nature in the schools in this sub-county. So I believe that the chairman and your team carry on. I would also like to say that this meeting has just coincided with very many functions around. And that is why even the chairman of the BLM, who was supposed to be here, is not here. Plus, I believe that even some of the members of the alumni may not be here because of the day being a burial day in our society alone. And as such, the chairman's apology, I hope you are receiving it well. The chairman could have been here, but we have just talked a few minutes ago. And yesterday, I talked to your chairman, and also he told me that the chairman had expressed the same thing that he has told me today. So he would have wished to be here. He was here with you, he was here when we began. And as such, the board is very much positive with what is going on. So, with those few remarks, let me hand over the microphone, hoping that you know our school. Having been students here, you know where the small rooms are. We are using the small rooms at the gate for our private uses. So, with those few remarks, let me hand over the microphone back to the chairman and also the MC. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, I request that if one of us can create a link, we call it the Google link, and then share in the group so that people who would like to listen to what is going on can listen. Because tumejaribu Facebook, but network inatupatia shida kidogo. But I believe ile ya Google Meet hiyo haina shida sana. Kuna wachache wameingia sasa hivi, ningependa wajitambulishe, tujue ni akina nani and which is their year. So the tallest man in the house, if we could start with you. Okay.
It's good you just come here so that the camera can capture you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. My name is Kaunda. I think the year I left was in 2000. Those who are happy to be there then recognize that I was a very active volleyball player. So, what do I remember? Leo. I'm used to press the Lord, so I was just about to say that. Good afternoon. My name is Julius Nyerere Abubo. 1995.
Good afternoon. Amen. Yes, I'm Paul Mulo. I think we are the oldest here, class of 1995, and we are humbled to be here today.
Come,
God is good and all the time. I'm Judith Abiakoveto, class of 1999.
Good afternoon. I'm Marcelo Menge, 206.
1995. He's a very young boy. Actually, ningine tu amesoma hata sirika yangu. He was just a bright yeah, who went fast, but yeah, something like that. So, according to the program, you're supposed to listen to my speech. It is with immense gratitude and pride that I welcome you all to the second annual general meeting of the Gagra Alumni Association. Today we gather not to reflect on the journey, but also to strengthen our shared vision for the future of this great association and our alma mater. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to each one of you for taking time to be here. Your presence is a testament to the dedication and love we all have for Gagra. Let me say something about welfare membership. As you know, our welfare program is one of the most crucial pillars of our association. It ensures that we stand together in times of need, offering a safety net for our members. Let me remind everyone that the welfare membership registration is only 200 shillings with a monthly subscription of the same 200 shillings. I urge all members who have not yet registered to do so, and I encourage those who are already on board to continue their contributions. Together we can build stronger foundation for mutual support and care. Let me talk about giving back to school. One of our key initiatives, and what we are doing good, that nobody is taking me a photo. All right. One of our key initiatives this year has been giving back to school, to the school project, and aimed at donating still double beds to our beloved school. Unfortunately, this course has not been progressing as well as we had hoped. The response has been slow, and we have not yet reached the level of support required to achieve our goal. I want to challenge us today. Let us reignite the spirit of giving that this association was founded upon. Our school played a pivotal role in shaping us into who we are today. Let us give back, not as a gesture of gratitude, not just as a gesture of gratitude, but as investment in the future generations of Gagra students. Before I conclude, I must take a moment to appreciate the dedication and efforts of our most active members. You are the heartbeat of this association. Your contribution, both in time and resources, have been invaluable. To those who have supported our projects and initiatives consistently, I say big thank you. You have set a shining example for the rest of us. As we deliberate on various issues today, I encourage each one of us to participate actively, share your ideas, lend your support, and commit to being part of the solutions we seek. Let us leave this meeting more united, determined, and inspired to take our association to greater heights. In closing, I thank you all again for being here. If you can give seats to atukaribishe wageni wetu kwa makofi. Ile ya tulikuwa tunasema namna gani? Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I thank you all once again for being here and for your unwavering support. Together, we can ensure that the Gagra Association remains a beacon of hope, unity, and a progressive. May God bless you, our association, and our alma mater. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are supposed to receive greetings and reports from our ad hoc committees. So, we have two committees, and I don't know whether we have representatives. We have the Resource and Mobilization Committee, chaired by Agri Wada, but Agri traveled outside the country. I think maybe he returned today. I don't know whether he's able to catch up with us, sababu pengine atakuwa chukua ndege ya kuja huku leo. And I don't know if we have any representative from Resource and Mobilization team. Do we have any member? Just to say a word. Umulo, you are part of it. You left the group. Resource and Mobilization.
I just saw the idea
Mr. Mulo will say a word on he once again, there was a time he hosted, we call it what? He hosted one of their rabbis and he saw what happened. So, I think he can speak very, very, very well when it comes to mobilizing resources. So, Karen.
Good afternoon once more.
Yes, I'm not part of the Resource Mobilization Committee, but I think I'm the one who came up with that idea because I was looking at in terms of using the alumni, using the resources that we're having to develop our community. And I believe we all know that giving back to the community should be part and parcel of our life every day, not necessarily giving back to our pocket. The reason why I was thinking about resource mobilization is to build ourselves to understand that we can also do something before we get outside, before we call upon our brothers and sisters who are outside this circle. To that effect, I think the Alumni Association have started doing something, and if you are following the walls keenly, you see we are trying to do something on the beds. I believe even if all of us have not done something, but at least we have the spirit of doing it, right? We have the spirit of doing it in the sense that we are supporting the agenda, and we are calling each one of us to be part of the same. Why am I saying that? You see, the chair specifically identified one of the aspects of resource mobilization, the Arambe that I was emceeing, and the turnout was poor. The chair, I want to believe that even if we don't do it today, and we have the spirit of doing it, ultimately, at the end of it, it will be done. So, let us encourage ourselves that maybe
we didn't do it that time, but still we have the spirit of doing it. The experience in the Alumni was not that good, but was encouraging because people were present, people were calling, even though they were not contributing. So I want to appreciate the presence first. The fact that they were communicating, they were asking questions, they were saying network is bad, but they were not throwing something into the finance sector. So moving forward, I want to request all of us that we identify projects in liaison with the school. And that was a project that I want to say that a project that we must do. Actually, when you were talking, you agreed with the board and the school principal that that is the project that they want us to do. There was a mix-up. We do the gate, we do what. But as a startup, we are doing the dormitory beds. Chair, you remind me of the number, but I believe it has started, and we are doing something towards that. I want to say, me personally, I've not done a bed, but I will do a double decker or something. What we've realized, and now when I talk of we, don't ask me who else. When I was introducing myself, I said we are kind of the elders in this association. I know we have people who are far much ahead of us, but where we are seated here, the 95 class is there. Is there anybody of 94, 93, 90 or 91? No. So we are not very active in the work. People of, I think, 96, they are not active in the world. It doesn't mean that we are withdrawing or pulling back, but we wanted to give space for the Gensis to take a ride so that things can happen faster. And I believe, Julius, that was the agenda. Yeah, we want to give a space for you to take the front and lead us. Then we remain like, if you call Onyaro Molo, we want a bed, then I say I will not give a whole bed, I will give a half of it. Then we contribute and we move on. But before I sit down, I wanted to remind us of something on resource mobilization as they initiated. One thing that we have to know is that we are not having everything for ourselves. Even the house that we are talking about, they don't have everything for themselves. You may have all the money that you want, you may have all the assets, but maybe in some space you lack peace. So you can't have everything at the same time. So that's the aspect that people are sitting down to see. How can we solve, or how can we manage the gap that we are having in terms of resources? Maybe I'm having cement and sand. How can I get water to make something, to make a water? Yeah. How can I bridge the gap that we are having in terms of resources? Do we call a lambda necessary? Do we do some donor request or do proposals? Not necessary. But can we pull ourselves together to do it? Very important. Yeah? That's where we will get my brother here and he tell me, you know, we were having 5 bob, but he's having 3 bob. We are having 1. Judy is having 1. Are we not getting the 5 bob? So we have to realize the potential that we are having within us before we go out. So that when we knock somebody's door, we say, we already have this and we are lacking this. That is very important in resource mobilization. What do you have? so that we fill the gap. If we realize that, then we will move far and Gagra will not be the same as it was 95, as it is in 2024. With the many remarks, I want to say I'm very grateful, and let's just keep the fire burning. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You remember his name? But he said it. He said Paul. Okay. So, thank you so much, Mr. Paul. I think that was a real picture of what we say about a resource and mobilization. Before we leave this meeting, we'll have moments to join so that we have a very active resource team. Currently, the money, Mr. Principal went to the bank yesterday and told us that we have only 51,000 Kenya shillings. Somebody has just added 4,000, so we have 55,000 shillings. I don't know how many beds will be that, but let us work hard. The next ad hoc group is welfare. We have the secretary here of the welfare as well as the treasurer. I don't know who would like to talk and say something.
God is good. All the time. I'm still called Ezra. That's my personal. I'm the treasurer. So I just want us to go through just a brief of the financial report that
Financial report, but
that's part of the There we collected 12,000, which had to prepare doing his own during which had been during the ordination. Then Chuchu's mother, one of our also lost, Chuchu also lost the mother, and we came in and contributed that 1,300, which was given to him. One of our own also, the name Lucas Onyango, was a time he fell sick, and we bought some fruits for him. It was 10,150. Same case with Senge, we contributed 3250, which is sent to him. Emotion also fell sick. That's this under welfare. We contributed 11,200. Then we also lost one of our own, Dominic. We managed to contribute 2,400. Remember, he was not an active, so we just decided to come and help where we could. Nemo's father, that's Jocelyn and Charles. The two also lost the father, and we contributed them 7,200, which was sent to them, and we also attended the burden. Chimayeko's father contributed 33,000. Gagra Thomas funeral. We contributed 10,450, and that's the represent Mr. Oboro's funeral, which we contributed 25,550. So as we speak, the current amount that's in the bank is 24,900. It's also good to note that we've not had a credited account, and I also current members can also propose members so that we can also have the internal audits so that you also get to know how your money is being spent and whether it is safe or not safe. So I think that's good to have.
Thank you. May the day break. May the day break. May the day break. Now, I want to talk briefly on welfare, not on the finances, but how we contribute and the challenges that we experience as a community. I came in to stand ready for that committee as their secretary, but I was not supposed to be there because there was no one who was willing to volunteer. So I volunteered myself to help out. I want to share with you the issues that we've had. One, our contribution has not been very well in terms of welfare issues. Partly because Chumeni which is a language sung by everyone, and partly because of our attitude. Uchumi I don't have control over. I only have control over my attitude. I also hope that you have control over your attitude. And that control, how I wish that it would be a change. Now, we realize that these ad hoc elections, that something happens and we collect, sometimes become burdensome. Because probably we'll be having 2 cases in a month or 3, and you ask people to contribute 500, probably it should be very challenging. And then the good office, the welfare committee, came up with an idea that instead of having ad hoc collections, circumstantial collections, why don't we have a key team that will be able to push on all of us with all these social challenges that we experience. So the committee decided that we have a key team where we contribute 200 shillings a month, per member. Why? Our calculation was, if 100 of us will contribute 200 shillings each month, that would be 20,000, right? Our target was within 2 years we were contributing 20,000 a month. That would be around 240 the first year, applies to a spouse or a child or a parent. That would not be possible if you are doing these kind of collections, because from my report you realize that the highest development is around 30,000 indiscriminately, that is. So we imagine that if we had this kind of scheme running, within 2 years, we will be in a position where if something happened, we will not be running back to our pockets, because our scheme will be running and we will be having what we will call banks called core capital that can help us navigate these challenges. So we will not be coming back to you all the time, just the contribution that we have. Unfortunately, the reception has not been so good, because out of the 104 registered, 112, only 37 are active. And out of the 37, about 8 of us have paid for the whole year. About 10 have paid only a month or 2. The rest have paid only 1 month. Those are the challenges we are experiencing. Another challenge we experience, and let me call it retrogressive politics, that I have been contributing probably. And let me give an example. Chuchu has contributed once or twice. Then, you know, at the formative stages, we would have loved to treat everyone equally. As long as we are alumni and there's that sympathy and empathy, then we contribute. But then when we front that as an office, when the backlash comes from the members, we refer to records that should not exist, or records that are pre this office that were never handed over to the nothing done. I want to appeal to us. In the formative stages of groups, there are very many challenges, part of which are what you're experiencing. We only request for your support, particularly for the welfare committee, because this is what brings us here, this is what brings us together. Because as long as we live, definitely we experience these challenges. So my appeal to you, as a secretary of that committee, let us give support to that committee. Not so that they benefit, but so that we benefit. Our goal is to get to a point that we can even approach insurance companies to cover all of us. All those who are in that do not have to be running back on the place. And these are things that were discussed, agreed upon by your representatives. Unfortunately, let me say in very bad language that you did not honor what you sent your representatives to come and say and bring back to you, because we are not contributing. That is my final appeal, that you may support the welfare committee and the activities that they do, so that it benefits all of us. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Makofi kwa it is a question time. Is anybody having a question on the 2 presentations? Oh no, height difference is giving you a problem. Any question? Okay. If there is no any question, I would like to maybe just by just knowing, you say 2005, your year? Or 1995, okay. I would like everyone from 1995 to just stand up and wave to us. 1995. Just stand up and wave to us. Tuwapokee salamu. Haya. 1996. And I hope you are taking the data. Any representative of 1996? 1997? 1997? 1998, just stand up and wave to us. 1998. How many are we? We are 4. Thank you so much. No doubt. 1999. One person wave to us. The year 2000. Thank you. One person. The year 2001. One person as well. Simama. Okay. Let's say 2001, eh?
Yes.
Wawili. Okay. 2002. 2003. Bado tuko Google Meet, eh? Watu wangapi wamejoin kwa Google Meet?
They are doing at the same time. So far we have 4 now.
Oh, we have 4. Okay. Can you exit Google Meet? Okay. Sasa. We were 2002. Okay, 2002, 2003. Now, 2004. Makofi kwake. One person. 2005. Bwana control kitu. Okay. Oh. Okay, this way. Okay. Sasa, we are running. Okay, so 2004, 2005, 2006. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. One person. 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. At least he has picked it up. So that is 2010. 2011, 2012. Okay, one person, 2012. 2013, 2014. Thank you. At least I'm the first tofauti.
We are even cousins.
That is 2014, eh? 2015. 2016. There is one. 2017. 2018. 19. 20. 21. Okay, thank you so much. Now, report from the commissions. Okay. We'll pass that one. Treasurer's report audited financial statements for the previous year. Do you have it? It's already done. Adoption of the proposed draft budget for the next year. Do you have the proposed budget for the next year? Or can you do this? We have proposed activities for the next year. So we'll be looking for it. So while it's looking for it, we need, we realize that our accounts are not audited, and we need auditors to audit the account. So we are supposed to appoint at least 2 people who can do the auditing. Can we have do we have any accountant in the house or auditor who can just volunteer inside the house before we go to people who are absent? You are an accountant and audit as well. You can do both. So we have your name, please.
Sorry?
Your name. Sharon Award. So Sharon Award has voluntarily given herself or accepted to be
one of the auditors.
Among us, we are just teachers and business ladies and people. No other accountants. But since you know any accountants? Okay. Do you know any other person who is accountant and is? What is wrong with you?
Amesahau.
Okay, now say your name so that we'll soak up to your name. Haram Ogola. Alright. Haram Ogola? Yes. Tolu guys ndio wanaingia sasa. Sisi wa huku tunaingia hapa. So that one is done. We have already two auditors will be helping us. Now, do you have the proposed activities or will we do it later on? You already have it? Yes, please.
Now, this is what we propose to do in the next year. That is from January up to December. So in the month of January, starting from the 3rd, we want to give ourselves a break from here up to the 3rd of January. So we may have a virtual meeting like we always do, and we are encouraging all of us to try and attend. Where our theme for that meeting will be building stronger connections in 2095. So that is the only thing we do in the 3rd week of January to set the pace for the whole year. And then the 2nd Saturday of February will be an alumni networking day, which is a casual meetup to connect different alumni in different towns. So people in or around Kisumu can meet in Kisumu, people in or around Nairobi region can meet in Nairobi, in or around Ariana can meet in Ariana, in or around one can meet in Bono, and so forth. And that is why we wanted to know the locations so that we can connect all alumni in different regions. That would most likely be the 2nd Saturday of February. Part of the things we do is to network, meet, know each other, network, and at least see what that region can do towards the project that the Alumni Association is planning to do for the school. So that would be an activity for February. And the first weekend of March, to have an alumni environmental day, cleanup drive. So on that particular day, most likely it will happen around the school and the surrounding environment, and that is when we plan to launch our first project of the dormitory beds. So that will be the first weekend of March. So it will be an environmental day come launch of the project that we're doing for the beds. The model for that day will be giving back together. So we expect all of us to be there, and even if you are not there physically, be there emotionally, be there spiritually, be there financially. Then the last week of April, we plan, this one we have discussed to make it an annual activity, mentorship and career talks for the school. So we purpose to have that in discussion with the school last week of April. So we will have a situation where we don't just come and talk and go. We come and talk and pair up ourselves with certain students to encourage them. For example, if they are interested in accounts or finance, then we can pair them up with accountants to let them know what it takes to be an accountant, what pathways. Idea today is this pathway. What pathways they need to take to become an accountant. If you have an electrician, an electrical engineer, electrician electrical engineer. So we also need to pair them up with you so that they can know become an electrical engineer, this is the path I need to take. I need to excel. I need to do well in certain subjects. So we do not just want to come and talk. We want to come, talk to them and mentor them towards their career phases. So that we intend to do in the last week of April. Then May we may have a break. Then in June, we also intend now to have a career development workshop. The reason we do this is we realize that there are some of our students who get out of Gagra. Some qualify for colleges, some qualify for tertiary colleges, some for universities. But you look at, and I believe most of you in positions of influence or people who can have employment have realized that most of the students who come out of these schools nowadays, even writing CVs are really a terrible deal. I see Nodi because he's one of those guys who interact with them a lot. We also want to support these students in giving basic life skills to survive outside the schools, and to survive the college. Not only those who graduated, but also those still in school, so that when they come out with basic survival skills. So that we intend to do in June. We intend to invite professionals, and if we have the professionals amongst us, then we become the first, let's call it line of defense. So we give ourselves opportunities. If it's in the insurance industry, we give you opportunity to at least give students how you can fashion your application letter, how you can design a CV, how you can present yourself for an interview, things like that. So we call that a career development workshop in June. Then July, the first week of July, we propose to have a charity event. Probably it could be a fundraiser or just a physical appearance in interacting with the needy. I believe you understand what I mean by charity. But our main focus is to also support the needy students who are in this school. Can you pay 1,000 or 2 for one or 2 needy students? They're extremely needy, so that they will not go out of school because of lack of fees. And I know there are a lot of institutions that are giving bursaries, but sometimes they're not enough, like the CDF. So you are 1 shilling or 5 shillings or 100 shillings or 1,000 can make a difference in a child's life. Most of you here will attest to the fact that if it was not for our senior year, understanding the background, most of us would have finished school. We hear a lot that made us finish school and wait with 3 balances, but we came back and cleared the balances, at least we finished. We do not want these needy students to operate on us to do the same. So we purpose to do a charity event in July. And in August, God willing, a follow-up activity. We also intend to have a bonding session between us and the students. I know this guy was a defensive player in football, the same as you. I remember him in Ramba Boys playing barefoot. We were going against Yana, who had full sports well. And he could not play well as a defender, because every time the ball was high, instead of going to head, he just body his head down because for fear of being attacked. You should remember that in Ramba. So we intend to have a sports day where we play, we can even organize to play year against year, and also play against the students and against the teachers. So we intend to have a sports day that is, and you all know that sports is a key activity whole October. Then November, we'll just have a review and audit, and now that we have these volunteer auditors will subject our books to auditing in preparation for our AGM in December. So we will share this with us in our words. Please go through. If you have any comments, suggestions, or amendments, let us know. Thank you.
Okay, Maliza. All right. Now I would like to request the secretary to now move the ordinary motions and special resolutions before we come to the next agenda.
Chair, before you go on, our online members are requesting if you could at least be audible enough, because then they are not able to get us so well.
Oh, we are not very audible.
Yeah.
Okay. Wanna be audible now. Mimi niko sawa eh? Yeye ndiye anameza maneno. Talk. You are the man.
Is Manu measured by talking? Thank you. If I talk louder than I do, I might shout, but I want to believe that you are okay with my shouting. Now, there are two motions to move. One is I want to move that the activity schedule for the year that has been read be adopted as is, or with possible amendments. That will be our first resolution as an ordinary motion. Then the second one that we should have done, but because we did not have audited accounts, would have been to request that all our audited accounts be adopted as they are, but we do not have audited accounts. So those are the two motions. One, that we adopt as is for the amendments the schedule of activities for the year 2025. And two, that we adopt, which we will adopt for now, the audited accounts, which we do not have. So, Chair, we only have one motion. We will serve as ordinary, we do not have any special resolutions. So, therefore, I propose that the schedule of activities be adopted as presented to us. Will those aye? Will those of a similar opinion say aye? Those of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. So the motion stands adopted. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in YouTube, not really YouTube, but Facebook, so you can now follow us there. Those who are in the Google Meet, maybe you like to look at us physically, or you will there. We are also physical there. Okay, all right, no problem. I see people are coming in. Right. Who has not introduced himself or herself? We'll do that later on. Allow me now to come to keynote address, and before we come to the keynote address, we have, I think, the person who can introduce him is Mr. Principal, who is also taking my good image. Yeah.
Thank you very much once more. I'm the chairman of the Alumni Association. Members of the association, let me take this opportunity to invite our board member, Professor Koweji. And before he talks, let me also register the presence of former principal, whom I think most of you went through his hands, and is the reason why you are here and why you are in the places that you are in right now. So, as I told you earlier, our board chairman would have wished to be here, but because of coincidences with his functions that he had already scheduled, do not wait. So I'm happy to say that the board is at last represented. So welcome, sir.
Thank you, the principal, the chairman, Gosa, and all the officials, the former principal, Reginald, thank you so much, and the rest of the alumni. I say that on behalf of the board, we welcome you to the school. I know the principal will have special announcements, but I was with the chair of the board yesterday, around this time yesterday, and he told me to come and say hi to this school and welcome you on his behalf. I hope because I don't know what the principal has said so far, I would not want to probably bring in details that might contradict what he said. But let me say that the current board is expired. So the chairman, as you know him, Dr. Ngode, will probably not be the next board. So we'll have the next board. Chances are I will be that board. Chances are I don't know the yes. But on behalf of the outgoing board, may I say that we are very happy with you coming together to form the Alumni Association to contribute to the welfare of your alma mater, to make sure that at least it grows. It shows that you appreciate the impact that this school had in your life. It's like going back home to say, thank you, mommy, you know, I still love you. No, that's the statement they see. The only thing I would say is that just before I start making a statement that touches on your welfare, you people have a desk in the school. I don't know exactly the nature of that desk. The principal might expound on that. But it is active and therefore make use of it. Okay? And then in the board, we did discuss that we want to see the faces of all boys and all girls also represented in the board. I don't know whether that will be possible this time or not, but we did discuss that for the sake of bringing you on board, then there is a need to have at least the alumni. Okay, in the board structure, there is no space for alumni. But because you people are stakeholders and you are in the village, so then we can find ways of encouraging one or two of you to be the board. The other way is if one is already in the board, then you can be specifically earmark him or her to be representing your interests. Yeah, so that when discussions are done, then you say, okay, now you so and so you are wearing two hats. Yeah? That of the people who sponsored you and that of the alumni. Can you tell us something? Yeah. I think that way it can work. Let me introduce myself.
That's why you're struggling.
Yeah, so the first I think the first for those who don't know me, I'm Crispy Koweje. You know this museum used to make a lot of noise behind the fence. Yeah, so whenever you were crossing the fence and stealing our groundnuts. That's where I come from. That's my dad. May his soul rest in peace. Lastly, so, you know, okay, you know, having an association like this is not always easy. And I would say so far you are doing well, but I have some suggestions that probably make you more active, more involved, more engaged, and more participating. I believe last time you suggested year representatives, or was it class representatives? So the moment, if you have that, then engage them so that they can mobilize their members or their cohorts. That way, the attendance would be more. Then you can do alumni mapping. I don't know whether you have done that. The school can help you to trace where exactly who those old boys and girls are and how best to reach them. You know, there was a very big telling that 95 and below are not here. It is not that they don't want to be here. Probably they are not engaged because WhatsApp. You know, there's an age limit for WhatsApp. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Actually, it took me time to go to WhatsApp. So it doesn't make sense to most of us. I've gone into WhatsApp because of my profession. Otherwise, it is meaningless. Facebook is something we cannot lower ourselves to at that age. Okay? The people of 60 and above, 50 and above, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, they do not make sense. Okay? We have other things to do. Yeah, very so please find ways of engaging them. Okay? Some of them even might have phones, but they don't use it. How many times have you called your mom at home and I'll go market the phone and watch it buy? The phone and watch it buy. So let's find alternative ways of engaging them. Okay? Then you might also plan to have activities that bring money. Okay? Because I've seen when one is bereaved, people contribute. But the annual monthly contribution is, so it seems as if that monthly contribution is not an activity. Okay? So find a way of packaging it so that it interests your members. Reasonable contribution levels, probably, you can look at that. Then you can also have recruitment committee, people whose duty is just to recruit members, okay? And make them engaged. I think with those many remarks, I was here when this school was starting, so I don't know whether I qualify to be an alumni. And by the way, you people need to define what an alumni is. In some places, even those who have taught through here become an alumni. But what you have is Old Boys and Girls Association. You can broaden the meaning of alumni, and then some of us will qualify to be. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Board Member. Before maybe the guest speaker gives his keynote address, let me highlight a few things that is good for your consumption. We have two of you on the new board. That is Mr. and Mr. Gold. They will be on the new board. Secondly, in the formation of this new board, you people, you have played a very key role in identifying people who will be sitting on this new board. I remember the selection panel was very keen. Whichever name that was proposed, they could go through it, vet it, and reject. Until they agreed that they were going to find people who are going to replace those ones that they had rejected because of one reason or the other that was best known to them. So we, as people of the school, we played very little role. We only received the name that we were given. But I must say, the people who played a very critical role in identifying the people whose names were submitted to the Ministry of Education were members of the alumni. Now, that means that you have this goal at heart and you like that it goes in the right direction. Secondly, the school is planning, is anticipating some developments that have not been there for very many years. One of which is fencing from the CDF. So the CDF has already approved that it will fence the whole school from the primary and the secondary. And secondly, the county government has approved the sinking of borehole in the school along the road there. And all the processes have been done, including the surveying, the mapping of the water point, all those were done. Even the contractor came, and right now, we are just waiting for him to start his work. He came during almost KCSE, and that is probably why they did not start. But hopefully, they may start it soon. And given that you people are in well-placed positions in the society, or in the ministry, or whichever offices, whenever you can, use your abilities should you come across those programs being talked about to ensure that this thing goes together. Because with the government things, you may never know. Something can change even at the 11th hour. And you hear that this thing now is going to another place or it has been cancelled. So I would like to call upon all of you, wherever you are, to do whatever you can so that if you hear of anything where you can say something or influence something, then please do. Then maybe the very last one is on, I was hearing of accounts, but I believe that the account that has a balance of around 20,000 should be a welfare account. There's another account that you made to be opened, and this is the development account. It was opened because he wanted to have one, but because it was involved in the school, it required the formal process of schools opening account. That's why the school came in. But for you to ensure that you play a very critical role in the running of this account and how the money is used, one of you was made a signatory to that account, and he is almost like the principal because for withdrawals, he has to sign for withdrawals. So that means that your account is safe, and whatever money is you put there will only be used with your knowledge. So, report again is a signatory to that account, and I think with his permission, maybe if he's still around, we can now start the process of applying for check, so that when we feel that we're ready to use that money, we can always come and sign. With those remarks, thank you very much.
Can we get ile microphone mimi natoa sauti nzuri nipige makofi jamani. Now give us the coordinates. Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let me not say anything. I will say something later on. Allow me now to welcome Mr. Reginald, aka
Thank you, Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's given me a lot of pleasure to be here today again. Let me start by saluting the board chair, the principal, the chair of the alumni, and his team. It is another great day that the Lord has given us to meet after a whole year. We must thank God for that. Now, today I want to talk about what makes a school. What is a school? What defines a school? What defines a school? What a school is defined by three things. The first thing that defines a school is the good results. All of us want our students to pass well here. And the results requires resources. And we are the people who should provide that resource. So we need to do everything possible to support schools so that they get good results. The other thing that defines a school is the number of learners inside here. We need to encourage our brothers and sisters to come and join the school. These days, schools develop based on the capitation they get from the Ministry of Education. I get discouraged that many of our learners these days don't come here. They go to Uma, they go to Rarieda, they go to Shenga. And we have the same with superior resources at those schools. In this school, we have superior resources, I know. We have superior resources, we have computers, we have a library. And that's what a school requires. So we need to encourage our brothers to join the school so that when they are here, we are going to get a higher capitation. We can use that money to improve the infrastructure in the school. That is what makes school a school. Population, we need numbers. So once you do your network, you encourage the private students here. So I'm saying what defines a school is results, population of the learners, and then the infrastructure. This is what we are trying to look for. Infrastructure. We want dormitories so that we can accommodate more students that here. Our library, which was there, was diverted to be a staff room. We need to have a separate staff room for the teachers, that they can leave that place to be a reserve for reading on. So, three things that define a school is, first of all, the results, then the population, then the infrastructure. And we are the people who hold the key to all these three things. We are the people who are holding